In the next section of the microteaching Moodle, you'll see that I've put up a section on deciding on resources and strategies for use during your microteaching session. In this, you'll see that I've put up a glossary of teaching and learning approaches, so do look at that as it might act as a spur for some ideas of what you might use. Next, you'll see there's a section on preparation of learning resources, and this talks about the types of strategies and resources you might use with your learners, and it asks you to think about the sort that you would use depending on what you have access to, what your skills are in terms of use, and what your learners might prefer. Next, there's a section on the strengths and limitations of various teaching resources. This document looks at the common resources that are used in teaching and learning, use of the whiteboard, use of the data projector, and so on. For each of these resources, it looks at the advantages and disadvantages of use in their session. Next, we move on to a web link to the Excellence Gateway. This is a website that's put together by the Standards Unit, and it's actually an excellent database of already established teaching and learning resources that teachers and lecturers out there have created and uploaded. You'll see if you look at the Excellence Gateway that you can search by topic by using the centre panel, but also over on the right hand side you can look for a resource. So for example, do you want a flashcard or do you want a quiz? Some of these will lead you to resources that you can download. Others will lead you to websites that you can use as part of the teaching process. These are all free for use, so you can feel free to link to any of the websites or download and use or modify any of the resources that are up on the Excellence Gateway. Finally, I've put up an example of a PowerPoint-based Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quiz. We often think of PowerPoint as something very mundane that's just used for showing one slide after another, and it can have quite a bad name in teaching and learning. This is an example of creative use of PowerPoint, and what we've done here at TeacherEd is actually download one of the resources from the Excellence Gateway, and we've amended the questions in it so that it's actually a little bit of a millionaire quiz on teaching and learning. If you click on the link, you'll find that the PowerPoint should display. If you hit F5 on your computer, the PowerPoint will run, and then it should run automatically through the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quiz. When you've decided on an answer, you just use your cursor to click on that option, and it will tell you whether you're right or wrong and how much money you've made. We think that's a really nice example of a creative resource. And as I say, if you're a whiz with PowerPoint or you know someone who is, do feel free to save that and modify it for use in your own scenario by putting in your own questions.